Macedonian AME Church, our local president of the NAACP spoke, and of course he wants to encourage people to join not only the organization, but community activities and to support local activities to build better students in the area as well. There's a great need for students to have role models and to look up to someone to help them.
So many times today we see young men and young women with so much potential, but they allow the life situation and their ideology and philosophy of what they see and perceive to ruin their future. Sometimes we got to go to that individual and encourage them to stand up. Martin Luther King used the expression that it's time to stand up. Because when you're bent over, that's the best way to have somebody to ride your back. But if you stand up and straighten your back out, nobody can ride your back. Nobody can hold you down. Nobody can oppress you when you have a mind to stand up. And if we don't stand for something, you're bound to fall for some trash, any old mess. So our young people need to see us infiltrating in their lives. Yes. We don't have this mindset because we don't have the understanding of unity, integrity. The understanding that it's going to take me to stand with my brother, black, white, Jew, Hispanic, or otherwise, to make this nation a white nation in the presence of God.
So many times, we try to stand up for things that we believe in, that will build us up. Here was a man that stood for a people, a nation that he believed in, and was willing to lay down his life. I say this with a lot of older generations out there that actually live through this thing. It's a lot to be learned. The youth, sit down sometime, talk to someone older than you. And maybe some of the things that you do, the way you talk, the way you dress, the words that you use, because you know where they came from, it changed your outlook on life. It changed mine. It changed mine.
I want to thank everyone for coming out. You have made this celebration another success. Without you, it is all impossible. Just as I think if Martin Luther King were here today, he would say the same thing. When we go out, I need your support. When I'm speaking, I need your support. When we're in trouble, I need your support. Because you are the power that drives the force. Without you, there is nothing. It's we the people that stands with the God-leading man that makes things happen. It's we the people that has a cry that somebody has to answer to. So when we the people begin to take a stand, then we the people will get answers. Until we the people stand together, we will continue to get what we always got. Pivoting rubbish. Is what you want, is what they'll give you. Thank you very much. And if there's anybody that's interested in supporting the NAACP, we're going to the Murray Nottingham Smith Culture Center, and there we'll be soliciting memberships and as well as young talent. We want to do something in the community that can be recognized that we are about a good work and not just having an organization that's doing nothing. But again, we need you. You are the support, you are the strength and the fighting force.
I am the chairman of the board for the Marion Smith Alumni Association. And I got into this really unintentionally. I had read in the paper about there being a hearing in one of the offices downtown regarding the disposition of the school. And I had wanted to know what was going on, how it had evolved, who was going to be in charge of it, and what the developer really had planned for this building. And so I went to the meeting and found that I was there among people from this neighborhood who were there because they were concerned also about what was going on. They had heard many rumors as to what was going to be happening at the school, and they were there, so to speak, sort of up in arms about what the plans were. The plan was to turn this building itself into condos. And This building would be, maybe, I don't know how many condos would be in here, but also back behind this building would be apartments for lower and middle income. And somehow that would be a buffer, you know, between this neighborhood and this building here. There were well over 1,000 people who would be involved in the apartments, the low-income apartments, and this building. And the traffic would increase by X number of cars and X number of people, and it was just too much. I was interested because this is my school. I went to school here. I graduated from here. I went away to Norfolk State for 4 years, and I came back and I taught here.
We belong to you. You are an owner, and you are an owner, and you are owners. All of you are owners of this building. The Board of Supervisors did not give it to one person. The deed to this property is not written in the name of Jesse Polson, or William Allen, or Colby West, or Baron Rogers, or Kelvin Pettit, or Betty Savage, or Evelyn Hope, and I've left out Cedric Cooper. It is in the name of the citizens of Accomack.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In spite of all the difficulties and frustrations, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We owe these truths to be self-evident that all men shall be created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down at a table of brotherhood.
This is a very rich area. I have raised 2 kids here, and now I'm watching 2 grandkids be raised in this area. I feel it's a very safe area, even though it is changing some. And of course, change is good. But I think this is a wonderful area. I feel very proud of this community. I feel very proud of the people who are working with this organization to preserve Marion Smith School. I went here the first year in 8th grade when we had mandatory integration. And it was wonderful, and I think that the school board giving the school back to the community was one of the best things that they could have done. It was something, they were saying something to the community that we really value what you stand for and what the school stands for in the community. And I'm really proud of the way that the people who are on the board of directors and the community have taken it upon themselves to make this a cultural enrichment center. And so those are some of the, I'm really proud of this area. I'm proud to be here. I've never looked back. Like I said, I've traveled all over the world and over the country, and I'm here, and I find that I'm just as content here as I could have been anywhere else.
I graduated from Marion Smith in 1966, and I like to always say to all of those who have graduated from Marion Smith, that 1966 was the very best class. Now, that stands to be questioned, but again, my graduating class was an excellent class. I have seen the community, a major change in the community in Accomack. We really need to do as much as we possibly can for young people, especially our young male, African-American male boys. And I am high on at least working with not only the Cultural Center, but other embodied groups who challenge themselves to be able to help out in the community. And I do everything I possibly can to fill that void and give young African-American males the same opportunity that I had. And I know that you still can become successful regardless whether you grew up in a home of a mother and father or a single parent household.
I was born and raised on the eastern shore of Maryland. And I always jokingly said that last time if you look on the map, the eastern shore of Virginia is really connected to Maryland. So anyway, I said I just came a little bit down the coast. I would believe that I came to the shore being in the ministry in our denomination. We're assigned to areas that normally wouldn't have pastors. And so in that we have to travel. And so my pastoral charge was St. Luke. I find that people everywhere are basically the same. If they don't know something, they're afraid of it. But there again, with education, and they can get an understanding. The Bible even speaks about, in all you're getting, get an understanding of who you are, what you are, why you're here. The man has continued to ask, why am I here? And so with education, you'll be able to make some type of contribution to this nation and to this world.
Here, we had a youth program, a youth rally. We had a young person who was involved in many youth activities in college. He's a college student, he's a dynamic speaker, and he wants to encourage young people to be active in the community and to set high goals for himself. His name was Mandela Fisher.
God has instilled something into me to relate to the young people today. I asked you, if you look up here, the title of my topic today is swag. And young people, you know what swag is, but my swag will be covering succeeding while achieving goals. So young people, can y'all come with me and say swag? Swag. So when I do this, I want y'all to say swag. Thank you. All right. So it's going to be 5 key topics that I shall cover on this afternoon. It's true friends, your label/identity. You must be determined, working hard for what you want, and keeping a positive attitude. I lived in Exmoor, Virginia, where now I'm not that old, so where I did not have any running water. The buckets, you know what old people, the buckets? Yes. The buckets, and you have to go and dump out the pots? Yes. Washing out clothes in your hands. That's where I came from. I'm blessed right here today. Going to high school, it was so much people trying to hold me back. Hold me back from achieving what I wanted to achieve. But I held my head high. I walked around that school with confidence. I knew that I was going to college, and I knew I was going to graduate from college and start teaching. Luckily, coming up, I had some true friends. I grew up with positive influences around me. And I said that to encourage you that you must hang out with people that wants to be something just like you want to be. Why hang out with somebody that don't want to amount to anything, but you have your mind that you want to be something? But that's what I did. I hung around people, I let people go that did not want anything out of life, and I stuck around with those who wanted to be something in life.
Succeeding while achieving goals.
Say it one more time.
Succeeding while achieving goals.
Right. Because you will succeed. You will achieve. You will be something that you want to be. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream. I have a dream. Do you have a dream? Please remember one thing, if nothing else. Always put God first. Always put God first. A goal is a dream with a deadline. A goal is a dream with a deadline. And I want you to sit and think about that. Sit and just have in your mind exactly what that means. So I encourage you. You have a supporting cast, a family, church family, friends, teachers. So I encourage you to be the best you can be. You can call on me. Every church will soon have my contact information. I don't mind driving here to just encourage you and speak with you to motivate you to be whatever you want to be. Achieve, succeed, and you will be just fine. I thank you for your time.
You know, in the early age, they have now taken the seat of honor. They have came before us, dignified us, educated us, enlightened us. You may take your seats. And truly, this too for them should be the start of something. Perhaps we can encourage them all to continue their focus, continue their goals. We are that tribe that's still raising that one child. And most children in life are children for life until they grow up, get wings, and fly away. Anyway, I don't want to stand and take all the credit. Mr. Polson, please.
I'd like for New Mount Zion to stand. Yeah. Someone said it takes the village, but it also takes the church.
Amen.
And he can do anything as long as you know you have your church members supporting. I see Regina Finney, she's chairman of our planning committee. If there are some activities that you think that we ought to provide here, because we are saying that this building will be for those throughout life stages, from the smallest up to the senior citizen. And I know she's 92.
On our own power, there are many things that we have done. We've got the building. That's all you need. That's all they needed. They needed the building. They needed somewhere that they could serve the little refreshments and so forth. And it worked. It worked. The people came and they were on top of one another. The NAACP is eager to do something else. We are eager to do something else with them. And then we visualize going concurrently with these activities, special programs for youth. We need some experts. We're working now with the Deltas on a mentoring program. But the young ladies, for instance, at Nandua have a spirit team, and they do stepping, and they're good. We want little boys to do something too, you know? I'm sure satisfied that there's some man out here who knows how to do all of that, you know, who can make those steps, who can put the discipline in them, because they can learn it. There are some things we want to offer for adults. We are going to partner, we are going to cooperate, and we are going to work together so that some of the things that you can't do or you lack the resources to do, that will be some of the areas where we would step in. But we need resources with which to do this. We need resources to make this a true community center.
Let us pray. Our Father, which art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come.